Okay, I'm going to make a short little video. I'm going out tomorrow for a little bit of an explore down to Dalesford. So the first thing you can see here is a rotor pan. So it's got a little dish in the bucket. This goes on, acts like a bit of a classifier. It's got some stirring agitators under here. And there's a bit there that sort of scrapes the stuff off. So what happens is the heavies fall down in that bit of the dish down the bottom there. I use this blue bucket so that I can fill the white bucket up first with water, fill the blue bucket up as well, just in case no creeks are running. I'm going to bring this with me. What it means is with about 40 litres of water, I can run that for a considerable amount of time. So I've got that with me. Just a little green little pick. Also got my little red pick. Crowbar, little sledgehammer, some other little bits just to break some bedrock if I need to. Little scraping brush. That's just a ruler that I've cut to get in between some crevices. A couple of scoops, another sort of little sort of pry bar. The crowbar's more for moving some of the bigger rocks out of my way. Some little crevicing tools. That thing there's a turkey baster. So just use that to suck up some gravels sometimes. Some knives and spoons. Little crevicing tool that I use. This little one here is for my snuffer bottle. Sometimes you get little suck up things and they get caught, so I just use that to poke through. A brush, just in case there's mud and bits and pieces that I want to brush off. Some of the rocks. Some plastic extensions that go onto this, which goes onto my yabby pump that has the trap built inside. I use a connector like this so that I can either put this bit on here, which is a bit of squashed down PVC, so I can just connect that onto the end. If I find something that's really deep, I can join these two pipes together, so it gives me quite a bit of length. I can chuck all that sort of stuff in my backpack and it doesn't take up much room. So a couple of the snuffer bottles, just in case I lose one. A little magnifier. Another scoop. My Minelab classifier. That's the turbo pan. A couple of other classifiers that are a bit smaller. Now tomorrow I'm hoping to go get some gems, so they might come in handy. Also the smaller classifier just reduces what you've got to run through your sluice. This is a little one that's even smaller. I might use that when I do a little bit of gem hunting. Just a turbo pan. What I find with the turbo pan, I can put these classifiers and they sit nicely inside. That's just a little fold out stool. So my Minelab pan. It's my little 6-inch sluice with the mini cells. That's my 8-inch sluice with the VMAT clamped in. I've probably got my VMAT for the 6-inch as well somewhere. Just don't know where it is at the moment. This is a little plastic basket. You can use it as a bit of a classifier. If I get some clay and I just want to chuck a bit of clay in there for a while, that'll just sit in there. let the water run through and break the clay down a little bit. I can just rub it through there. It acts like a bit of a classifier as well. So just depending on the ground. Got to be prepared for this stuff. Yeah, so that's my stuff for tomorrow. I've got a few more things to show you, so I'll stop this and lay out some more stuff, pack this stuff up ready to go, and lay some more stuff out and show you the rest of the gear I'll be bringing along. Okay, back again. Some gumboots, smaller, I don't know, 11 litre bucket, some waders, some shovels. These are just a cheap Bunnings shovel. Unfortunately, they don't sell them anymore. So there are, well, one says it's a post hole digger, the other one's a trenching shovel. This one's a trenching shovel as well that I've cut and angled. Just got this just to get into some tighter places, and it's got sides on it, so you know, when you're digging in the stuff, you can hold it sort of there. Yeah, that's just like a post hole digger. These are all long handled. I just cut them down. They're fiberglass, so being in the water all the time, being fiberglass, they're not going to bow and that sort of stuff, and they're nice and light, so, and extremely strong. So they're pretty good. It's just a little shovel I had at home that the kids had. They don't use it, so chucked it in the gear that I bring along. These are my two yabby pumps. So I've got a large yabby pump, I've got the shorter yabby pump. What I found with the larger one, when I put the extension on, I'm not that tall, so trying to put the extension on, it just makes it too long for me personally. So I've got the little shorter one, and then I'll put the extension on that, and just easy for me to use. And that's about it really. I'm going to be getting one more bucket. Actually, it's like the blue bucket that I first showed you, is the big one, but it's a smaller one. It's to put the two aluminium classifiers in and sit it in there nicely. They're just a bit big for one of these buckets, and I've seen it on there, and you can actually use the handle on that little plastic, the blue plastic bucket, and hold it, shake it about. So I'm going to give that a go. That's the only one thing that I'll be getting for this trip. Hopefully I'll get out very early in the morning and make my way up. Never been out to where I'm going, which is Dalesford. So I'm going to have a look around the Dalesford area. Sort of go along where all the shallow diggings were, and have a look around there. Hopefully try and get a few gems, a little bit of gold, bit of an explore. I'm actually looking for a place where I can bring the kids that's not too far or too much of a hike, somewhere we can just park the car. I can jump in the creek, I can dig some material for them, and they can play around picking some gems and bits and pieces out. But yeah, so that's the gear. You don't need all this gear, you know. I just have it with me for the simple reason that if I leave something behind, I'll need it. So it's no big drama. Fill the boot up with all this stuff, and if I need something, just go back to the car, grab it. Don't know what the weather's going to be like. You know, it's a bit unpredictable. Don't know how high the creeks are going to be flowing. So yeah, that's the gear I've got. Have a little bit of a play around tomorrow, and hope it gives you a little bit of an idea of what I'm using. So you don't have to use this gear. You can use whatever you like. It's just what I use, and it seems to be pretty effective. Love to have some, you know, love to have a high banker maybe, and there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to have, but Unfortunately, the funds don't allow me to have that sort of stuff. Most of this stuff here I've actually paid for by using me Equinox 800. I'll go to parks, I find coins. Probably found about $600 or $700 worth of modern coins, and probably about 200 pennies and half pennies and some sixpence and stuff like that. So plus some other little bits and pieces, some jewellery and stuff like that. But I just cash the modern coins in, and I'll buy myself a new bit of gear like that. This one here, the True Templar. I went looking for them. Bunnings had them on clearance, $2. So I got 3 of them. There was 5. I thought I'll get 3. I liked how this one worked. Unfortunately, they didn't have this style that has the footrests on there. But for what I needed, that's good enough. So if you ever see one of these, they'll be discounted. They're nice and strong. I've been using the one that I've cut down for about 8 months, I reckon, 8 or 9 months. Hasn't given me a problem. It's a great little shovel. But yeah, that's it. That's my gear. Hope it gives you some ideas of what you may need. Like, you don't really need all that stuff, honestly. Shovel, the snuffer bottle, some gum boots. I'd recommend the Yubby pump. You don't need a sluice, but they're fun. They're fun feeding. Makes it a lot easier to feed your materials and panning a lot quicker. Like, you don't need a rotor pan, but it's just something I have for the dry season, or you go somewhere and there might be just some puddles. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoy, and until tomorrow, we'll see if we can get onto a bit of gold. Okay, just out at Bunnings in the car park. This is the bucket that I was talking about, so I've got a couple of them, just in case one breaks. This fits nice and snugly into the bucket, the classifier. Can use the handles to rock it about. That should work good. Actually seen this on a YouTube video and thought, I've been looking for something like that. That's a great idea. So I've stolen the idea, and we'll see how it works tomorrow. Hopefully get onto a little bit of colour, a couple of gems, and we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching. Hope gives you a couple of ideas, and until next time, see you all later.